Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I am Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Lou, Seth, Geis, and from the Villager Cigar Studios, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Splendid.
Excellent.
You missed your cue, Jiunn.
Good,
a one-word adjective.
Good,
there you
good.
go.
Thank you for
All
asking.
Right. So today we are talking about the Tatuaje Cohete. It is a short Robusto, 4-inch by 50. Comes out of the My Father factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano by an filler both from Nicaragua, blended by Pete Johnson. Price point is $9, and the cigar was released in January of 2022. So with all that out of the way, Jiunn, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
Yeah, overall, one word comes to mind. I'd say potential in this cigar. But when I say a cigar has potential, at the current point, such as like what I smoked it for this, it's a bit sharp. It's a bit too sharp in like spices and minerals, but feels just like really nice, like oily, buttery, not buttery, like an oily, slick texture to it. I love that kind of a mouthfeel. So Jiunn likes oily mouthfeels. Okay. But I do think it needs time. So at this point, needs a bit more humidor time. And I think with enough humidor time, it could really meld into something that's like really great that I always hear about, the cohetes of the old.
All right.
That was a nice little story there, Jiunn.
Thank you for listening.
All right, Seth, your thoughts.
Thank you for sharing. Appearance wise, the cigar really was, I thought it looks great. As Jiunn said, it was quite oily. It's a petite cigar, so I think I could have broken it down in halves. But it was just it showed like the wood, earth, leather, pepper, coffee, cocoa, and it kind of what Pete has always done with just that classic Tatuaje, the brown label, Celestial de Cazador, that kind of have a flavor profile which touches on a lot of qualities and make it medium full. It tasted young, but it still had qualities, but I think it was young. It's not like they used to be, but it's kind of also really kind of just shows kind of what Tatuaje kind of is, which is just kind of a little, I don't know, for some reason Tatuaje now these things seem a little rustic, and I kind of appreciate that. I think that's kind of what he was probably going for originally. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Average cigar, really nice construction, burn and draw, but it's My Father. I wouldn't expect anything else. John?
I think, aging potential is kind of what came to my mind. Partially because I get to it, but I had some burn issues, and I can't help but think the cigar maybe just needed a little bit more time. Because the first started out really nice, just, really intense, rich, complex medley of baking spices, chocolate, cream, wood, pepper. I mean, Pete was trying to deliver a cigar that had a lot of flavor in a very short period of time. And I think, you get that right out of the gate. And it wasn't unbalanced. It wasn't harsh. I was like, oh, this is really nice. And then kind of as it progressed, became a little bit more earth and mineral forward. Bread and baking spices kind of started to fight back in the last half. But I think the burn issues kind of impact the flavor delivery. So didn't quite have the same level of complexity as when it started out, took on some bitterness, some harshness. So I think, that was kind of the tail of the tape. The draw was perfect and the burn struggled. So I think that struggling burn impacted the flavor profile. So slightly above average profile flavor wise. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toast cedar, baking spice, and light mustiness. Baking spice transitioned to creamy cinnamon fairly quickly, and a light chalkiness joined a bit later. Second, third saw the cinnamon transition back to baking spice, some dry earth joined in, and the chalkiness departed. Final third saw the toast level increase. Cigar had a nice combination through the first half, and then some dry earth joined in, which brought the profile down a level and kind of maintained that the rest of the way. I thought the dry earth actually took away from the profile because the cigar had a nice build up to that point. So if it could have dodged that dry earth, this would have been a very nice cigar throughout, I think. Price point's attractive. I say that now, but I'm going to argue against that now when we talk about it in the final thoughts. But I liked what it was doing early. So maybe something I come back to, like everybody's pretty much said. Maybe time will help this out, and something really special will come out of that. But I'm also very interested in trying the other renditions of this release. So we'll see how that goes. All right, getting into the scores, we're going to start at the top with Jiunn at 6.25. Seth gave it a 5.95. I gave it a 5.85, and John gave it a 5.8. So Jiunn had that 6.25 stack up for you.
Yeah, it stacked it pretty well. Yeah, I do hold on to the belief that it's going to get better. And typically with the cigar like this, like some of the stuff reminds me of like some of the old warp stuff, right? Like when it gets really oily and it gets a little too much, rawness and like spices and minerals. Like if you give it proper humidor time, they turn out to be really great balanced cigars. And it's super flavorful. So I think this is going to be just like that. So,
all right, Seth, 5.95.
Yeah. I mean, I look forward to aging them. I think Tatuajes do age well. It showed youth. This is regular production though, I think, right? This one's regular production.
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably come back to them. And the thing with Pete's as well is sometimes like whenever you go into, a cigar shop and you see them, always check out like the bottom of the box, see what you're going to find. Because you can usually find some really aged Tatuajes, which are really fun to smoke too.
Yep.
So yeah, good price.
Yeah, my 5.85 matches up well. Above average flavor profile. Construction was really good. I mean, it was just slightly wavy burn, slightly tight draw, but nothing that was really actually a problem. Just kind of how you have to note things when you're kind of doing the review stuff. But yeah, like everybody said, hopefully these age well and turns into something even more special. John, 5.8.
Yeah, matches up well, slightly above average flavor profile with a bit of a burn that struggled. But, as everyone has said multiple times now, I would sit on these for, 3-4 months, and I would not be surprised at all to find that they really pop at that point.
All right, final thoughts. The price, I don't like, oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
Go ahead. What was the price?
$9. I mean, you look at that and you think typically for a cigar, yes, that's a great price nowadays.
But for a short Robusto,
for this 4x50, I'm like, it's not that great because like it's a short cigar.
That's
But
true.
you can get a good Toro for $9, right? So
he's got some other. I mean, all right. So you make the valid point about the price, and like
I still got an hour 26 out of it though.
If there's other brown labels, God, this is like going back to the Oliva. Here we go again. If there's other brown labels being offered, I would probably gravitate towards other ones, which I prefer. But at the same time, if I'm buying a bunch of them, I would probably pick up maybe 1 or 2 of these just because of the size.
Yeah.
And that way, it's like if I don't have a lot of time or if I don't want to spend a lot of time, but
this is that cold Greensboro weather. You gotta get the short cigars.
The cold. Yeah, exactly. For that month in February when it's cold.
3 days.
I'm not going to compare it to the other two yet because I'm not walking down that road, which I have with Aaron before. And then Aaron remembers that you're like, I mean, you scored this one higher than the other ones, but you said it. So I'm not saying anything until we get to the final one. And then I'm going to confirm what the numbers say.
There you go. Good idea.
And tats aren't typically inexpensive either. I mean, they're not super high price, but
yeah,
I feel like his prices have been consistent though. Like he's been what, 10 to 15?
Yeah, I mean he's almost kind of below where the market is now, at least for 2022, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's making new stuff again. I mean,
yeah.
I kind of forgot about some of the good tats out there. Because right when I was chasing Cubans, I was a big fan of tats back in like 2011, 2012. But I remember like those great Tatuaje cigars back in the day, and then I was like, nope, time to smoke Cubans.
Where did we pick these up?
I think I got
Neptune,
them
right?
all from Neptune. Yeah.
Neptune. Okay. I mean, because they're really easy to get everywhere, and I know all of our sponsors.
Yeah. Chrono's got them. Chrono's got them.
Chrono's got 'em.
Get them from there. So yeah.
Blue Smoke.
Yeah.
I'd say
Michaels.
if you ever want to, like I got these. I'll say this, and maybe this is just free advertising. Like New Havana cigars. If you ever want like get a sampler,
Yes. Yes.
he does a really good job of offering samplers. So for all those guys out there, like I want to get like a sampler of some of these tats. Like you can get, like I got a 3-pack of the broadleaf especial and just the Habano.
Hell yeah.
And he airtights them. So
yeah.
But
Who
Corona,
owns, I forget who's the guy behind.
Dan
Dan
Welsh.
Welch,
Dan Welsh. That's right.
who has the
Yeah.
surrogates.
Yeah.
Or not the surrogates, it's surrogates.
Yeah.
It's like Ukraine. It's not the Ukraine. It's Ukraine.
Yeah.
Ukraine.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cohete.
Thanks, Bentley.